Oh, good evening. At least it is for me. That's what I'm making it. This is Mr. Hefe. I'm going to show you how to generate a QR code. Actually, a couple different types, and the site to make them on, which is uscan.me. That's uscan.me, and basically, I give you a little bit more information of how to use them. What's the best way? The best thing to do right now is after you arrive at the site, go ahead and click sign in or sign up and log in. Um, you can log in with your Facebook or with your Twitter, or they just ask for three pieces of information here. Really, really easy. I'm already logged in, so I'm going to switch over to my account. Uh, Basically, the first thing you're going to see is your dashboard. Your dashboard has two different general areas. My codes, which is the codes you've already made, and generate. Generates where you're going to generate a QR code. Now, if you've never uh, worked with QRs before, uh, basically it's this little code right here. And with your mobile phone, there's applications that are free you would download. You basically take a picture of it. It's called scanning. So you scan the QR code, and information is going to show up on your screen. In some cases, it's going to direct your internet browser to a URL, whatever URL that the QR code was set up for. Um, there's another type of QR, it's the V card, which is for inserting personal data into your phone, like a contact. Uh, the third type that's probably the most standard is a social QR. And what that is a multitude of different links all given to you on one standard page. The user is able to scan the code and get, let's say, 20 different social network links. Really useful if you're in any type of marketing to be able to put your LinkedIn, Facebook, Vimeo, Google Places, all information all in one spot. One easy to track and also easy to give out. Alright, so back into the site here. We're going to look in depth on one of our QRs. So this is the title of the QR. Um, Kind of important to use that. It's going to help you keep the QRs from getting separated, or to keep them separated, know which one was for which project. Um, General information here. One of the really cool parts of this site, you can export this to Excel and download it. Uh, you have the total amount of QRs on a timeline. You're able to change that timeline right up top here. Also gives you a few different pies. The areas, what type of phones, whether it was an iPhone, whether it was an Android, and those reflective percentages. This is one of my favorite spots though. This is called the heat map. The heat map allows you to zoom in on the exact location of where your QRs were used. And so for me, you can see that there was 18 here in the Sacramento area around the mall. I put them up there. And this is the downtown area in Sacramento. Excuse me, in Oakland. We can even drill in farther and get awfully close to the exact location, I believe. So this is going to be actually at the shop. Yep. So we went out and put some QRs up in the downtown area, and as you can see, they're getting scanned. All right, so let's make one now. Really quick, we're going to switch over to generate. There's three different types that they allow you to make here. You can make them to pretty much do anything, but the three they offer on this site is a forwarding URL, which is to forward your I thought I had lost the page I'd set up. Is to forward your URL to another site. So a person would scan the QR and it would direct them to go to another particular website. Always check the location tracking. That is what allows the heat map to and the other geographical information to correspond and tell you exactly where your QRs were getting used the most what areas, and help your marketing a little bit in that fashion. Personal is exactly as it seems. It's your personal information. The way this QR operates is that it shows an initial landing page which gives all of your information and then asks the user if they'd like to insert you as a contact in their phone, which is really cool. That way you could basically on the back of your business card have a QR code, and they just flip it over, scan it, they get all of your contact data in there. And one of the really cool parts about that is that down at the bottom you also have different websites you can list, your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then also put some marketing notes. Maybe check our restaurant on Fridays for our half off local lunch special. Pretty much, it's kind of, I think 500 text characters is what it allows, if I remember right. And so there you go. Also, this is a cool little advanced feature. If you link your LinkedIn profile, it'll fill out most of this information for you, or your Twitter or Twitter. So that is a really cool feature there. Now, I've already filled out one of these social video QRs, and I'll show you that on another page. But I'm just going to walk through this one really quick. So on the top here, code title, you're going to put in what project it's for or what campaign, along with the type of QR. This is something I always do just to kind of tag it and let you know what it's for in the title, because the title is what you're going to be looking at a lot. So personal, forward, or social. Campaigns, you can add a new campaign there. All the campaigns that you're working on, it's basically a group or a label that allows you to collectively put the QRs into different folders. Language, obviously if you're in the United States, you're going to click English. Location tracking, that's what I was telling you about for the analytical data. Always, 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 it will ask the person as they scan the QR, after they scanned it, if they will allow it or not. So always click it, and if they don't want it to be done, then they don't have to allow it, and they can still get the information. So Facebook. Facebook allows you two different links. One is a place or a page, and one is your regular fan page. So you can put in your regular Facebook URL. And this one, it has to be a page though. So Twitter, put your Twitter handle, not your URL. Foursquare, just your URL for your ID only. YouTube, you can have a few different options. You can put in your channel, your URL, or your ID. So Vimeo, just the URL. SoundCloud, I don't use that much. That's a music sharing site like YouTube. URL is probably the one I use a lot of though. So you put in your URL, let's say, actually I won't even fill it out, I have the other one filled out. So, but then you can add multiple text. This is an area that I use always. Obviously no HTML allowed, but you can put in your special for the week, your special for the month, and you can change that, and you don't have to reissue the QR. It's all changeable through the dashboard. Google Places ID, and if you have any apps, then you can place your apps on here too. It helps increase your sales. Alright, so I've already filled out a social QR. It's Mr. Hefe, social, I should capitalize that. Social, campaign, Mr. Hefe, English, look at track, Google Places URL. So a couple of them I didn't fill out, but as you can see, I do have most of them filled out here. I don't use SoundCloud. Google Places I don't have set up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look over here. This is a preview of what the page will actually look like. So you can see it is pretty integrated. This right here is actually up to here is your YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and my website. So the next step after you have it all filled out is to click generate. So after you generate it, this is what you get. It's a little page, allows you a few more settings here. You can change the size of it. This is a cool little feature, and it works better when you make the the QR code, so that it goes to a URL. Excuse me. And we're not going to use one of those. In fact, I'm going to turn the border here and this little where to get your QR reader at. Take those off. There we go. So we're going to download now. And there we go. We got a PNG of it. Download vector. And vector also has PNG for you. You can also download it in JPEG and PNG. Kind of just depends on what your preference is and where you're uploading it to. Okay. So now if we go back, or we're in it now, close back up, you can see we're back on our desktop, and our QR code has been made. So that's the instructional video. There was two instructional videos. One was on Mr. Hefe and the V card insertion, and this one was Mr. Hefe social. So be sure to catch two of them. Thank you very much. Watch more videos.